An Encyclopedia of Birds by Brad Herzog. Introduction. Did you know that there are almost 10,000 different kinds of birds in the world? All birds hatch from eggs, and they are the only animals with wings and feathers. You might think that all birds can fly because they have wings, but some birds swim instead. Many birds can sing, but other birds don't sing at all. Some birds are only a few inches long, and other birds can be 8 feet tall. Some birds build their own nest, while other birds just borrow an empty nest built by another bird. You can find birds around deserts, in jungles, and on ice. Arctic tern. The Arctic tern lives in the Arctic, which is near the North Pole. During the winter, many birds fly from their cold homes into the north to warm places in the south, where it is easier to find food. We call this migration. The Arctic tern migrates farther than any other bird. When winter comes, this bird travels about 11,000 miles to Antarctica, which is near the South Pole. A few months later, the Arctic terns fly north again. It spends most of its life flying. Bar-headed goose. Some birds fly high in the sky where strong winds can push them faster. The bar-headed goose from Asia may fly the highest of all birds. People have seen this bird flying over the top of the Mount Everest, the tallest mountain in the world. Bee hummingbird. The bee hummingbird from Cuba is the smallest bird in the world. An adult bee hummingbird is only 2 inches long, which is little larger than a bee. When a bee hummingbird flies, it moves its wings very quickly. This movement makes a humming sound. Bird fact: a bee hummingbird is only bird that can fly sideways and backwards. Bee hummingbird, a bee. Cactus wren. The cactus wren lives in the deserts of Mexico in the southern western part of the United States. This bird builds its nest in the cactus plants that grows there. Because other animals like to eat wren eggs, the cactus wren builds 3 nests but uses only one of them. If animals go to the 2 empty nests, they will not find the eggs, lined with feather strips of colonial yarn, dead leaves, or dry grass, parts of cactus wren nest. Emperor penguin. The largest penguin is the emperor penguin. It is almost 4 feet tall. Penguins cannot fly, but they are very good swimmers. They have short wings that help them dive deep under the water to catch fish. Bird fact: a penguin can stay underwater up to 20 minutes. The emperor penguin lives on the ice in Antarctica, one of the coldest places on Earth. The penguin has feathers and fat to help it stay warm. Penguins also stand close to each other to keep from getting too cold. Green peafowl. One very colorful bird is the green peafowl, and it lives in Southeast Asia. Most people call this bird a peacock, even though peacock is really the name for a male peafowl. We call the female peafowl a peahen. Peafowls live to eat plants and small animals such as snakes. Hairy woodpecker. This bird makes a loud drumming noise on the tree trunks. Whether the woodpecker is warning other birds, building a nest, or looking for insects to eat, people usually recognize its sound. This is a very noisy bird. Bird fact: a hairy woodpecker can hear insects moving inside a tree. Then it makes a hole in the tree with its strong, sharp bill so that it can pull the insect out. Keel-billed toucan. This bird from Central America uses its huge bill to pick fruits and berries in the jungle. The toucan's bill has the shape of the long part of the boat, which we call a keel. That's how the bird got its name. The bird's bill is much larger than its head. Nightingale. Some birds sing special songs that they repeat over and over again. The nightingale is a bird from Europe that knows hundreds of songs. It sings only in the evening. Bird fact. Many poems and songs have been written about nightingales. Ostrich. The ostrich is the largest bird in the world. Some ostriches are 9 feet tall and weigh more than 300 pounds. An ostrich egg can weigh more than 3 pounds, which is about the same weight as 24 chicken eggs. Even though the ostrich is too big to fly, it can run very fast. The ostrich runs on its toes. It is the only bird with 2 toes on each foot. All other birds have either 3 toes or 4 toes on each foot. Sometimes the ostrich stretches out its neck and hides its head under the ground. Spotted owl. Unless you are at night, you probably won't see the spotted owl. Most birds look for food during the day and sleep at night, but this bird begins to hunt for food after the sun sets. The spotted owl hunts for many animals: squirrels, rats, bats, snakes, beetles, and crickets. Bird fact. Most birds' eyes are on the side of the head. The owl has eyes in the front of its head. An owl cannot move its eyes from side to side or up and down. It can look around unless it moves its head. An owl can turn its head almost all the way around. Trumpeter swan. The trumpeter swan got its name because of the sound that it makes. It sounds like a trumpet. The trumpeter swan is the world's largest swan. The distance from the tip of the wing to the tip of the other wing is about 9 feet. The trumpeter swan stretches out its long neck while flying. Its neck also helps the swan pull plants out of deep water. You will find the trumpeter swan in northern United States and Canada. Vermilion flycatcher. This bird got its name because vermilion is a shade of red. The male vermilion flycatcher has red feathers on its head and stomach. This bird catches and eats flying insects, which is why we also call it flycatcher. We find this bird in deserts of Mexico, Arizona, and California. Male vermilion flycatcher. The yellow-billed cuckoo. This bird lives in many parts of North America. The yellow-billed cuckoo lives to eat caterpillars. It waits quietly for a long time without moving, then runs quickly to catch its dinner. The yellow-billed cuckoo catches its meal with its bill. Zapata rail. The Zapata rail is one of 250 different kinds of birds from Cuba. It lives only on the northern side of Cuba's Zapata swamp. No one has ever been able to find the nest of this bird. There may be fewer than 1,000 Zapata rails in Cuba.